Hi dear students, welcome back to another video. In this video lesson, we are going to discuss present continuous tense. Present continuous tense is otherwise known as present progressive. Progressive means continuous, an action that is going on. If we look at the definition of present continuous or present progressive, the present continuous, also called present progressive, denotes an action going on, that means in progress or continuing at the time of speaking now. It is a verb tense which is used to show that an ongoing action is happening now, either at the moment of speech or now in a larger sense, now. The present continuous can also be used to show that an action is going to take place in the near future. These are some uses of present continuous tense. We will discuss all of the uses in the coming later in this video itself. We can see some example. I am writing. ഞാൻ എഴുതിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആകുന്നു. എഴുതിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആകുന്നു എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് മോസ്റ്റ് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണ്. ദെൻ ഹീ ഈസ് റീഡിങ്, അവൻ വായിച്ചു കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആകുന്നു. ദേ ആർ പ്ലേയിങ്, അവർ കളിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആകുന്നു. ജെയിംസ് ആൻഡ് രമേഷ് ആർ പ്ലാനിങ് എ ടൂർ. സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് ആർ പെയിൻറ്റിങ് ദ കോളേജ്. ആൻഡ് ഇങ്ങനെ പറയുന്ന യൂസേജ് ആണ് പ്രസൻറ്റ് കണ്ടിന്യൂസിൽ എപ്പോഴും യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ലുക്ക് അറ്റ് ആം റൈറ്റിംഗ്, ഈസ് റീഡിങ്, ആർ പ്ലേയിങ് എറ്റ്സെട്ര. എഴുതിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആകുന്നു, വായിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആകുന്നു, കളിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആകുന്നു എന്നിങ്ങനെ കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആകുന്നു എന്നുള്ള പ്രയോഗമാണ് ഈ പ്രസൻറ്റ് കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ടെൻസിൽ എപ്പോഴും വരുന്നത്. ദാറ്റ് യു റിമെമ്പർ ദാറ്റ് when we discussed auxiliary verbs in English, we have discussed first three auxiliaries: am, is, are plus v1 plus ing. This am, is, are usage along with ing form of the verb is known as present continuous tense or present progressive tense. That means we have discussed am, is, are plus v1 plus ing form. Am, is, are means ആകുന്നു അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആണ്. These auxiliaries we have discussed in the auxiliary lesson video. So if you want to have a thorough idea, you have to watch that video at first, then watch this present continuous tense video. Please see form of the present continuous tense. Present continuous is formed with the present tense of be and the ing form of the verb. That means forms of be here means that forms of be in present are am, is, are. So we have to use am, is, are. Forms of be in past are was and were. Forms of be in participle are been. So in this case, in present continuous, we have to use forms of be, that means am, is, are plus v1 ing. The other forms of be we will discuss in the coming tenses wherever necessary. In present continuous, there are some time words or adverbs related with time. We can understand it. Now means ഇപ്പോൾ, today ഇന്ന്, at present ഇപ്പോൾ, still ഇപ്പോഴും, right now ഈ നിമിഷം ഇപ്പോൾ, currently etc. are some words, time words related with present continuous tense. If you see these time words in a sentence, that sentence must be changed into present continuous tense. You have to change the verb into present continuous. When we discussed am, is, are in the auxiliary lesson, we have told am will agree with the subject, that is I. Is will agree only with third person singular subjects, that means he, she, it, Rajesh, name of a person, name of a thing, likewise, whichever it is third person singular. And R will only agree with all the plurals. That means we, you, they, those, these, Rajesh and James, India and Pakistan, etc. You have to remember that basic rule here also. You don't forget those rules that we have discussed in subject verb agreement, that means in the lesson of auxiliaries. We can see some examples and we have to change these examples into present continuous tense. Now I am days study for degree. How will be changed into present continuous tense? Now I am studying for degree, because am only will take ing form of the verb in present continuous, and I is the auxiliary, so I is the subject, so am will be the auxiliary in this sentence. Second sentence, at present is the time word in this sentence. He is dash work in a company. At present he is working in a company, because he is third person singular subject, so is used as an auxiliary here, and ing form of the verb, that is working, is used in the sentence. In the next sentence, Jiva is dash sleep right now. Then how will be the answer? Jiva is sleeping right now, because Jiva is a third person singular subject, so we have to add is as the auxiliary there, and then ing form of the verb, that is sleeping. And in these three sentences, you can see in the first sentence now as the time word, second sentence at present as the time word, in the third sentence right now as the time word. These are the actions that is used to that means if we define present continuous tense, this is an action that is continuing at the time of speaking. So when they are days leave for Delhi today evening, how will be here? They are leaving for Delhi today evening, because they here is used as a plural subject, so auxiliary must be are, and ing form of the verb, that is leaving, is used in this sentence. We are dash attend an interview tomorrow. We are attending an interview tomorrow, because we here used as a plural subject, so are comes in that position as the auxiliary, and ing form of verb attending is used. Then see some other examples here. You are dash learn English now. How will be the correct form of the verb? You are learning English now, because you here used as plural subject, and are is used as the auxiliary, and ing form of the verb learning. You are not swim now. This sentence is written in present continuous tense, but the sentence is in negative form. You are not dash swim now. That means you are not swimming now. As in the case of above, we have added not along with are, thus it becomes a negative sentence. Then they are not dash watch television. They are not watching television. We have discussed negative sentences and questions in English in a previous video. You have to watch that video before you continue this present continuous tense. Here we can see some negative and positive sentences and how to make questions out of present continuous tense. Here positive statements and negative statements. I am In bracket you can see short form, that means I am itself, I am playing. Negative statement is I am not playing. Not is added along with am, so it becomes I am not playing. ഞാൻ കളിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക അല്ല, കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക അല്ല. You are playing. You are not playing or you aren't playing. Aren't we have discussed in negative forms. Aren't is the short form of are not. We are playing, that means we are not playing or we aren't playing. They are playing, that means they are not playing or they aren't playing. Both are correct. She, he, it is, because she, he, it are used here as the third person singular, so is used as the auxiliary. Playing. He is not playing, she is not playing, it is not playing. Likewise, or he isn't playing, it isn't playing. Likewise, we have to change into negative sentences. Then questions, are they playing? If we change they are playing into a question, we have to put auxiliary at the beginning and change into are they playing? Yes, answer is they are playing or they are. Or he is playing, the question is he playing? Yes, he is. Yes or no questions are these. Then we can understand what are the uses of present continuous tense. The first use of present continuous tense is used to express an action that is in progress or continuing at the time of speaking. Example, I am studying grammar now. Rajesh is playing right now, etc. are examples for this usage. The second usage of present continuous tense is to express a future action that is definite or planned. A planned future action can be expressed in present continuous tense. For example, I am going to Mumbai this evening. This is a planned action but happens in the future, but it can be expressed in present continuous tense. He is attending an interview tomorrow. The action is in future but the action is already planned, so it can be expressed in present continuous. I am taking 5 courses this semester. The third usage of present continuous tense is to talk about temporary situations. താൽക്കാലികമായിട്ടുള്ള ചില ആക്ഷൻസ് പറയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമുക്ക് പറയാം. Example, he is working for a company in Delhi at present. That means in the next day or next month or next year, that action may not be there. So in that condition, that action is a temporary action. He is working for a company in Delhi at present. They are studying in a government college. But that action studying is a temporary situation. Next year, they may not be studying in that government college. So it is a temporary situation. The fourth usage of this tense is to talk about changing situations. He is getting fat. That means that getting fat is a changing situation. This city is becoming more and more dangerous. These changing situations can be expressed well in these kinds of verbs: getting, becoming. Likewise, some verbs in English cannot be expressed in present continuous tense. They are known as stative verbs in English. That means these verbs are not used ing form in present continuous tense. We can see some of these stative verbs. They are not used in present continuous tense, but we have to use them in simple present tense only. The present progressive is not used with the so-called stative verbs. Where a progressive tense is expected with these verbs, we have to use the simple present tense. That means we have to use simple present tense along with these dative verbs in English. A list of such verbs is given below: feel, know, own, have, possess, recognize, understand, love, like, desire, want, forgive, belong, contain, mean, think, smell, taste, suppose, consider, declare, see, hear, pardon, excuse, include, exclude, trust, believe, forget, consist, comprise, denote, suggest, signify, remember, regret, etc. That means we cannot express I am loving, I am liking, I am feeling, I am knowing, but instead we have to use I know, I feel, he loves, he likes, she desires, etc. That means we have to use simple present tense for these verbs. But there are some other special cases. Some of these verbs can be used as well in simple present tense and in progressive tense as well. You can learn it later. We can see some detailed explanation of these dative verbs in English. Those verbs connected with mental states are not used in present continuous tense. But some of these tenses are used in both tenses, simple present and present continuous tense. They are given in an asterisk mark here. No cannot be used in present continuous tense. Believe cannot be used in present continuous tense. But imagine can be used in both tenses. I am imagining, he imagines. And also doubt and remember, think, forget, etc. These second type of tenses are connected with emotional state. They cannot be expressed in present continuous tense. Love, hate, mind, dislike, etc. Pause the video and understand these verbs in stative form. Some other verbs of these kind of statives are possession, that means possess, own, likewise. Possess, have, own, belong, etc. cannot be used in present continuous tense. That means I am possessing a certificate is not expressed, but I possess a certificate. I am having a car is not used. I am owning a bike is not used, but I own a bike. I am belonging to is not used, but it is I belong to is expressed in English. Then sense perception also there are some exceptional cases. Taste can be used in both simple present and present continuous. See, smell, feel, etc. can be. And other existing states: seem, cost, be, look, of, exist, appear, wait, matter, sound, equal, resemble, look, like, consist of, containing, include, contain, include, etc. Then those given in asterisk marked with star can be expressed in both cases. Students, how to remember these? Some verbs are there, they cannot be expressed in present continuous tense. Then we can do some mixed practices of simple present tense and present continuous tense. You please pause the video and read these sentences and make it into simple present tense or progressive tense wherever necessary. After changing these into correct tenses, then see the next video, next slide for the correct answers, how they are changed into simple present tense and present continuous tense. Then you please watch these sentences. Usually I dash speak in Hindi, but now I dash speak in English. Here there are two time words connected with simple present tense and present continuous tense. So usually I speak in Hindi, but now I am speaking in English. Usually I speak in Hindi is expressed in present simple, and now I am speaking in English is expressed in present continuous. Generally, they dash sit in the park, but today they dash sit in the seashore. Here, generally, they sit in the park, but today they are sitting in the seashore. In the second sentence, generally and today are the time words. Generally is the time word of simple present. Today is the time word of present continuous. So, the verb are changed accordingly into simple present and present continuous. Generally, they sit in the park. In sit, we have an auxiliary, that is do. Do plus sit becomes sit. He always dash read novels, but now he dash read poems. He always reads novels, but now he is reading poems. Here you can see he as the third person singular subject. So does plus V1, does plus read here becomes reads in the sentence. In the second part of the sentence, now is there, so now he is reading poems. Then again you pause the video and change into simple present tense or present continuous accordingly. First one, every Monday Sally dash drive her kids to football practice. Usually I dash work as a secretary at ABT, but this summer I dash study French at a language school in Paris. That is why I am in Paris. Be quiet, John dash sleep. Don't forget to take your umbrella. It dash rain. Then how will we change it into? Every Monday Sally drive. Here becomes drives her kids to football practice. So simple present tense is there. Usually I dash work. That becomes work itself. Do plus work becomes work. As a secretary at ABT, but this summer I study becomes I am studying French at a language school in Paris. That is why I am in Paris. Here he talks about in the second situation or that I am in Paris, that is he speaks of now. What is his present condition? So that second part of the sentence is changed into I am studying. In the third sentence, shh, be quiet, John dash. That means in bracket sleep. That becomes a temporary situation, John is sleeping there. Then fourth sentence is don't forget to take your umbrella. That is given in simple present tense. Don't forget to take your umbrella. Imperative sentence. It dash rain. That becomes it is raining. That currently there is rain. So it is raining. Given in present continuous tense. You have to practice a lot of sentences like this in present continuous and as well simple present tense. Change into negative, change into question likewise. And thank you for watching this video. You have to make notes as well and make notes as well following this video narration and using these slides as well. Then you will get a thorough understanding. If you want to write this Malayalam meaning as well, you can write it wherever necessary. And you have to highlight the important points, giving box or underline, etc.